Hello, my name is Lourdes, and in this video of From Reflection to Innovation Selfie MOOC, promoted by the Italian National Resort Council and the Cyprus Pedagogical Institute in the context of Sherpa project, we will discuss how to develop a selfie-based action plan with the help of Selfie Pedagogical Toolkit, PTK. Having reviewed your Selfie School report results and established a shared understanding of the current state of your school's digital capacity, you are now ready to set priorities and goals to align with these priorities. It is important to stress that the goals identified will become the overall goals of your school selfie-based action plan. These priorities and goals should be in line with and complement the general priorities defined in your school. They can also reflect policy initiatives for schools' digital transformation defined by local, regional, or national education authorities. In sorting out priorities and setting goals for improving your school's digital strategies and practices, you can also consider the urgency of the matters at hand, possible constraints, and the breadth and depth of the intervention your school can feasibly commit itself to complete. The clear message is that improving your school's digital capacity is not a one-off action, but rather a long-term interactive process. So it is great to set big, ambitious, and long-term goals, but you need to start by taking small steps and setting achievable goals, a few at a time, year by year. Once the overall priorities and the goals are defined and agreed upon the school community, you are ready to develop the detailed selfie-based action plan. For each priority set, one or more goals are to be defined. The goals need to be consistent with the priority, measurable and realistic, and devoted achieving some improvement or optimization. For example, a goal can be to help students improve the use of internet in a creative, safe, and responsible way. Now that you have identified priorities and goals requiring action to further the school's digital capacity, you are ready for the big step, to develop the selfie-based action plan your school intends to implement. The action plan must be comprehensive and standalone document that enables you to plan, enact, monitor, and evaluate the activities included. Developing the action plan could start with a brainstorming session to outline an initial set of actions for pursuing the goals and priorities you have already identified. Some goals may require one or more activities, which can be short-term or long-term. To ensure that your action plan activities are defined in a sound and reliable way, you can use the SMART approach, SMART approach: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. If an action seems complex and hard to achieve, consider breaking it down into smaller tasks that are easier to implement and manage. Once you have established the actions, check if you need to prioritize them. Some actions may depend on others or have specific deadlines or time limits. Also consider sharing and discussing them within the school community to gain their feedback and consensus before proceeding to the implementation. Let's see some possible actions you can consider for achieving the goal we mentioned earlier, namely, how to help students to use the internet in a creative, safe, and responsible way. For instance, you can ensure the school participation in a national or international program of safer internet, or involve students in developing or refining the acceptable use policy of the school. You can even consider subscribing the school to the eSafety label community and get accredited. And the list goes on. Having drafted a preliminary selfie-based action plan with a list of actions to be implemented, you are now ready to describe each action in a greater detail. In this step, you must outline when, who, what and how each action should be implemented. In other words, you must provide the following key information for each action you finally include in your Selfie-based action plan. The time frame, the responsibility, the resources, the success criteria, and how to monitor and evaluate the process. Defining all the above information will give you a solid basis for implementing your school's Selfie-based action plan and allow you to follow up on each action. Remember that the purpose of an effective action plan is not to implement as many actions as possible, but achieve the goals that have been set. Finally, do not forget that even a well-planned action can be challenging when you implement it, or even fail due to unexpected factors. So it would be best if you are ready to review and adjust your action plan, considering how to achieve as many as possible of the goals and overall priorities set.